Now the controls, and I encourage you to try each and every one of the buttons in the car. These are all placed ergonomically. Each of the buttons are driver-centric. When you touch the buttons, you will also feel that they give you a very good positive feedback. And the aircon controls, this is, I would say, close to craftsmanship. The lighting behind the aircon controls have been changed. You will see that the whole design of the aircon controls have been changed. They have been made to feel very positive when you move them up and down. Very similar in function to the S-Class. And this is a really important feature, the seats. Unfortunately, not a lot of people put enough attention into your seats. With the current practice of manufacturing, what you get for seats is, when you see all these pleats over here, they're basically a piece of leather, foam backing, and underlayer. Yeah, it could be fabric or something else. Yeah. So what they do is they take this underlayer, put the foam on, put the leather on, and they stitch lines on it. Now with the E-Class, what we've done is we bring back the idea of craftsmanship. Each and every one of these pipings in the elegant seats, you'll see the pipings here. Each and every one of them are sewn as pockets and then individually stuffed with foam. Yeah, so it gives you that extra, very nice mattress kind of feeling. Yeah, same thing with the Avantgarde, with a slightly different design on the pipings. For the E300 that you'll see today, there's also the direct select column-mounted steering shifter. Again, this is similar to the S-Class. Now you've freed up a lot of space on the center console to put more things in the center console. You can have cup holders, you can have your keys, everything that you need within reach. Yeah? And also in the E300, you will see rear seat entertainment for the first time. There are two 8-inch screens at the back. You can also be watching videos from the front, the 6-inch screen in front. Of course, only when the car is not moving. And naturally, you will also get features like navigation. You will get features like the music register, which is basically a bank where you can park your MP3s in. You have a 6-disc DVD changer, a lot of features. You really just gotta try it. In the coupe, you'll notice that the car is also very spacious inside, but at the same time very sporty. The seats are very individual, very contoured seats. They all come with individual controls. They're called multi-contour seats, where you can adjust how well or how loose the seat hugs you. Yeah, so it should fit every single body design that's available in Malaysia. The rear seats are also individual. There are two seats at the back, and they can actually sit full-size adults. We'll stuff Florian into one of them later, and we'll see if he fits. In terms of space, you will notice that the E-Class has grown in terms of dimensions. When you look at height, they've actually dropped the height by 19 mm, yeah, to make the car lower, make it look broader. But at the same time, it has actually also grown in width, yeah, by 32 mm over the previous E-Class. Even the track has grown by 8 mm. In the rear, you will see that the track has grown by 34 mm. The width mirror to mirror has only grown by 8 mm. So overall, mirror to mirror, the car is only minimally larger, but the whole car just looks broader and lower. In terms of length, it has also grown. Look at the overall length of the car, it has grown by 16 mm. So it's a more square design over the entire vehicle. The rear overhangs are long to accommodate the large boot. Yeah, it has grown by 20 mm. The front has shortened by 24 mm. And the center, the wheelbase, has grown by 20 mm as well, just for a more comfortable, cushioned ride. Interior space has also grown tremendously. You will notice that it is not, if you take a ruler to it, you probably won't see it much. But once you get in and you notice the design of all the items surrounding you, you will feel that the car is much bigger. In front, shoulder room has grown by 35 mm. In the rear, shoulder room grows by 22 mm. In front, your hip room has grown by 2 mm and 9 mm at the rear. So it is a car that's really very comfortable to be in. And there are little thoughtful details as you go around the car and you look at the concept of how they use space. It's really quite ingenious. Things like a bottle holder, you know, it's there when you need it, it folds away when you don't. I mean, these are things that people normally think are not necessary until you look for a place to put your bottle. Yeah? You have 540 liters of boot space. Ideally, you can probably fit about 4 half golf bags, or you can fit 2 or 3 full-size golf bags. Oh, so sorry. Thank you, Maxis. Okay, and in the boot, you'll also see an easy pack boot box. Now you should try this out. What you gotta do is open up the boot, look for this chrome handle, pull it out, stick your hand in, and you just push this whole box down. Yeah, this is good for carrying groceries, and it's removable as well. You don't have to have it constantly in the car. Yeah, so this is one of the finer features. Not everybody wants a car just for business. Some people actually want it to do practical stuff as well. Now, safety, as I was talking about earlier, winning the Euro Car Body Award is not an easy feat. You got to think about things like aerodynamics. You got to think about things like crash safety. You got to think about things like having a nice design. So, what we have done in order to enhance the safety of the new E-Class is have reliability built into it. Number one, yeah. These cars have been tested for millions of miles, over 10 million miles of testing, over all kinds of terrain. We've had testing in the harshest desert conditions. We have had testings in really cold climates, like the South Pole, North Pole. And also, we've started from the basics. For the design of the car, we started at the body shell, ensuring that we use the right kind of material for every part of the body. We have different materials for the crumple zone. We have different materials, super high strength steel for the passenger cabin to ensure that our passengers feel secure and are actually safe when they drive these cars. We conduct more crash tests than any other car manufacturer in the world. Crash tests that are not required by Euro NCAP, crash tests that are not required by the US or Japan, we still conduct them just to know that our customers are safe. One of the main features in this car, the new features, yeah, a safety feature called Adaptive High Beam Assist that Florian mentioned earlier. How it works is that you can actually leave your high beam on with this Adaptive High Beam Assist function, and as there's an oncoming car coming at night, your high beam will dip automatically. There's a mirror on your windscreen, it will detect the oncoming light. Your lights will start to dip, and when that car passes by, your light comes back up. Now if you go around a corner really fast and suddenly a car appears, your lights will dip immediately. Yeah? Now attention assist is another new feature. It is not done by cameras. It is actually done by the car detecting your steering movement, your accelerator pedal movement. It detects how you drive, yeah, within the first half an hour. After that, if it detects any kind of changes in your driving habits, it will come up with this warning. Attention assist, take a break. Yeah? Pause, take a break. It tells you to relax, change driver, or get a cup of coffee because it's getting dangerous to drive on. You're dozing off. Now, pre-safe, yeah, the woman looks quite surprised. That's because she's in a situation where she thinks she might not be able to recover. Yeah? You're in a driving situation, you could be skidding completely sideways, and that's when pre-safe comes on. Pre-safe is a feature. It's actually one of the few car companies in the world, and we started it, to have a feature that prepares the occupants for a crash or impending crash. Even if the crash doesn't happen, it's okay. That's even better. But it prepares the passengers in the car for a crash. When you plug in the seatbelt, and actually I would say when you get into the car, try plugging in the seatbelt, you will feel that the pre-safe seatbelt is tightening it up to make sure that you are in a safe driving position. And in case of an emergency, what it does is the seatbelt actually pulls up, it tightens up, holds you in, even before the seatbelt pre-tensioner comes on. Yeah? And you will see as a passenger, your seat will be moved upwards, your windows and your sunroof will be closed, leaving a small gap just to ensure that limbs don't come out, items don't fly in. Yeah? So these are all the things that the car thinks ahead for the people in it.